Good morning, it's Delusion Dispeller. As promised, I'm going to teach you how to make oatmeal in the Instant Pot. This may replace my other oatmeal video, I'm not sure. Anyway, you're going to take 1 cup, just 1 cup of oats. Put them in the Instant Pot. Then over here, in this cup, I've already pre-measured 2 cups of water. Dump that in the Instant Pot. Alright. Come over here. Your lid is next to go on the Instant Pot. First, you might want to mix your oats around just a little bit. Just going to take my cup and do that a little bit. Just to kind of make sure they're all even on the bottom. Alright. Now, take your lid. Flip it around over here like so. Alright, now you don't want to turn it on yet because you want to hear that little sound. So plug her in. Yeah. Plug her in. There. Okay, you got the pot saying that it's off. You're going to want to twist the lid clockwise. And now you're going to come over here, hit your pressure cook button, go on down to 4 minutes. Always 4 minutes, no matter how much oatmeal you cook, it's always going to be 4. Okay, and that is, I'm going to do low or high pressure, sorry. You see that? That's high and low pressure. It's on high pressure now. Okay, and I should say on shortly. Make sure your vent is on too. Make sure you're always on the sealing, not the venting part. This is venting up here. You want it on sealing so the pressure builds up. And there you go. It's on. Now, in 4 minutes, you're going to see that it goes to low. What looks like L-O-O-O. Yeah. Then you're going to be taking the oatmeal out. So for now, you have to listen to me for 4 minutes. Actually, it's probably going to be longer than 4 minutes because like I told you yesterday, it takes a little while for that pressure to build up. Meanwhile, you could come around my kitchen with me. I have to get my husband up for work shortly. He's working the early open shift today. I have to go get the cats some cat food. Mr. Dude Man over here, Teddy, has already eaten but thinks he needs to eat again. Hi, honey. Good morning. And so this is the cat food that I'm feeding my kitties now, just so you know. Chicken and tuna recipe. I'm going to try to do this with one hand so I don't have to set y'all down, because I don't know. It's hard to pry open these tops, especially on these cans. Okay, I am going to set you down for a minute. Hopefully you can still see and hear me okay. If not, I'll be right back. That one opened easier than some of them do. Take the kitty's food. Mix it all together here. Bobo's following me, of course. Here you go, Bo. TT a little bit more. Tea. And then the rest is for Mimi. Alright. I am back. Covering up the other cat food. Alright, sorry if this is like all over the place. I have to hold the phone backwards because for some reason when I'm videotaping, the flip thing doesn't show up. So all I have is a camera. I can't flip it around so I can walk around with it. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't, but I think like on the live stream I can. But when I'm just doing a video, I can't. So anyway, you can see it's still on, which means it's still pressurizing. When it starts cooking, it will count up. It takes a little bit for that to happen. I know some people are like, man, I would have popped it in the microwave and I'd already have the oats. That's true. That's true. I mean, cooking oatmeal in the Instant Pot is no big thrill because, yeah, you could do it faster. You could just boil water on the stove, or heck, turn your tap on and get it super hot and pour the water into your oatmeal and you'd have it in moments. I get that. But Instant Pot's is just kind of fun for me, I guess. That's what it is. I just like having fun. It's something different to try. And plus, I don't know, you can pour your stuff in there and just kind of walk away. There's some kind of power trip that I think some women, at least I do, get in being able to cook and walk away. Because how many times have you cooked, walked away, and burnt stuff, you know? I did a lot in my first marriage. I burnt, like, everything. So, thankfully I don't cook that bad anymore. I don't tend to burn things. But yeah, there's just like a big thrill of being able to stick it in, dump it, and forget it. So I think most women would enjoy the Instant Pot. At least most women I know would enjoy it. And then there's like another power thrill of when you get to take the little vent thing and flip it onto venting. So instead of sealing, it's on venting and the steam comes out. And it's like, whoa, I'm powerful. I know, I'm weird, but whatever. Like Matthew always says, you know, they think you're weird, but I guess that makes them weird for being on your channel too, if they like you and they're there. Okay, so here is the countdown right here. This is where the 4 minutes actually starts. That means the pressure has built up, and now it's actually cooking. So now we have 4 minutes to wait, which is why my Instant Pot videos take so long, because you're not actually just cooking. You're building up pressure for about 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what you're cooking, I think. But now the countdown has started, and it's actually cooking the oatmeal now. It'll make it nice and soft. And then we can decide what we're going to add to it. Matthew asked me to have this ready by the time he gets up, so I figured it was time to come and pop it into the Instant Pot and get it going. So now we're just waiting. And yes, I promise you, this stuff will be out of here today. I don't like that unsightly mess under there either. So I will be moving that out of there. It's just like One Love was talking to me yesterday about the fact that I have very relatively few places to put anything. And if I put things in the cupboards up here, I can't reach them. I could like store stuff in there that I don't reach all the time, but then it's like as soon as I store it, then I'm gonna need it, and then I gotta go climbing on chairs, and yeah, it's not fun. I wish they would build houses for small, short people. Well, they do, but they cost a lot of money. But it's weird because, you know, when you're a short person and you go to look at apartments and stuff, everything is like super high in the air. It's like I'm not 7 feet tall. I don't want to have to try to climb every time I want to get something out of a cupboard. I want it at, you know, eye level where I can just reach in and grab it. But they don't think of that. They think everybody is like super tall for some reason. When they make houses, they think the average person, you know. I'm not an average sized person. I'm a little people. Not like a midget or dwarf or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I had a neighbor back in my first marriage. His name was Midget Bob. He called himself Midget Bob, and that's what he wanted to be called. So, no, it's not racism or prejudice or whatever. That was his name for himself. And that was how he introduced himself. That is how he is known around town, as Midget Bob. And Midget Bob was the nicest guy you would ever meet. Super nice guy. I wish most of the world was as nice as Midget Bob, seriously. Um, so yeah, he was very, very little. You know, he had dwarfism. And he would talk openly with you about it. He wasn't ashamed. It wasn't something he asked for. He was born that way. And he was just a super nice guy. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I imagine they built his house to scale for him, like with lower things, you know, in the way of cupboards and cookware and things like that, where he could reach it. Or he just climbed up on things to do it. But it would just be nice if more houses or more people that build houses would consider the fact that we're not all 6 or 7 feet tall, even women. Especially women, because they're the ones in the kitchen, I would say, the majority of the time. I guess, you know, I don't know if a survey has ever been taken on do more wives or husbands cook meals, you know. I don't know. I could probably Google it. Okay, now you see the LOOO I told you about. That means it's okay and safe to come over here. This is the part that scares me, though. You just hit your friend. I'm a big chicken. You see all the steam coming up. And that means it's getting it ready to be open, so you can actually see the oatmeal and eat the oatmeal. I think I'm going to put some banana in our oatmeal today. Let's see. I'll take you over here where the bananas are. Speaking of bananas, there's my husband. I'm just playing. Okay, so we got that. And then he usually likes some strawberries in with it too. So we're going to get some strawberries out of the freezer. Yes, I'm touching it with my hand. Sue me. Whatever. We don't care. We're married, you know. I'm only touching his food and my food. Think about it. We're a married couple. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, so we got our banana. I need to cut the banana because it's frozen. Now you have witnessed oatmeal in the Instant Pot, step by step. And hopefully this will turn out a lot better than the last recipe I did. Here, let me take you over to the Instant Pot now. Now, it's safe. Make sure that's all vented, and it is. And make sure that little metal thing is down all the way, and it is. That means it is safe to open your Instant Pot. And there's your oatmeal. Ooh, and it turned out kind of watery like I like it. I don't like it to be thick and chunky. That was a mistake the other day when you guys saw me make that. So, yeah. There's your oatmeal. Nice and bubbly and soft and smooth. What I like about the Instant Pot is it cooks uniformly. So you're going to get the same consistency all throughout the oatmeal. You're not going to have like a chunky part here and a smooth part there. Okay, hold on a minute. I keep forgetting. I got to turn this around. Alright, there. Okay, hopefully that's working. I need to take the peel off the banana, and I don't want to slice my fingers while I'm trying to do it one-handed. So allow me to poise your camera viewing right there so I can get the skin off this frozen banana. I like to freeze my bananas because then I can just chop them up and put them in whatever. Then I put them in a baggie so they don't get too freezer burned. Little freezer burn isn't too bad, but this kind of eliminates the majority of it. Okay. Alright. There. Okay, so I got my banana all peeled. And chop it up. I'm gonna get my cutting board, banana cutting board, so you'll know what I'm doing over here if you can't see me, but you probably can't as far as seeing what I'm doing. Throw out your peels so you don't make a mess all over the kitchen. Alright. You guys think I'm bad like with this clutter in the kitchen. I used to be so much worse. When I would cook, I wouldn't like put anything away after. You can imagine what the kitchen looked like then. So I'm learning. I'm not the best, but I'm learning and I'm trying to do better. So I'm chopping up the banana. Much easier to chop it when it's frozen, as far as I'm concerned. Alright. Now we got our strawberries. I'm going to chop them up too. It's actually the equivalent of one strawberry. And I'm sharing it between the 2 bowls of oatmeal. I only made 1 cup of oats, so that'll be... And the oats expand, so that'll be enough for the 2 of us to have a nice bowl of oatmeal. Alright, so we got our bananas and our strawberries. Let's go back over to the oatmeal, shall we? Yes, we shall. Okay, I'm going to grab a oven mitt because this tends to be a little hot sometimes. And it is a little warm, but it's not too bad. Alright, we got our oatmeal over here. We get a couple bowls. I use a smaller bowl. I give Matthew the bigger bowl. Oatmeal's really good for his blood sugar too, so it's a good thing. Alright, so we got our 2 bowls. I'm going to get my brown sugar because I always put brown sugar in my oatmeal. Not a lot of it, but enough of it that we can have a flavoring, and some cinnamon, of course. Always cinnamon. Cinnamon is so good for the body and it tastes so yummy. So I am going to put a little bit of, maybe a tablespoon of brown sugar in the bottom of the bowl. Not in mine, mine's less. Mine's more like a teaspoon. He's having more oatmeal, so. Okay. Now I'm going to do it the quick way. I'm not going to scoop it out with a ladle and be all fancy. I am going to, wow, that's really in there. Hold on, get some strawberries and bananas in there. Some strawberries and bananas in mine. The beautiful thing about the half of banana is that when you split a half of banana between 2 people, it becomes a quarter of a banana, which works really nice for my calorie allowance for the day. Alright, so there we go. Let me get a spoon. Let me drop the spoon. Hold on. Need to rinse off the spoon that I just dropped on the floor, or I'll gross people out and then I'll get nasty comments in my comment section. Ew, did you see how she dropped the spoon and she didn't even clean it? Nope, I'm going to clean it this time, y'all. So be glad. Here you go. There's one. You'd be surprised how many nasty things you put in your mouth in a day. You don't really pay attention, but every time your hands go near your face, you're putting stuff in your mouth and near your face and in your pores, and, you know, it's unavoidable. You just don't realize it, you little clean freak people out there. No offense, but people can be a little bit overboard with the whole germophobia thing. I know, my dad was OCD, so I grew up with all of that freak-outism stuff. My foster mom is also very OCD about germs. So I am familiar with the whole paranoia about every little thing can make you sick and whatever. I'm even a little bit like that, believe it or not, about some things. Alright, so there you go. There's your oatmeal. And of course, to top it off, we gotta have some cinnamon. Cinnamon. Open. put a little bit on the top, a little bit on mine. Cinnamon is great for the blood sugar too. All right, so now stir up your oatmeal, get all the flavors incorporated. And for me, I will probably put some nuts in with my oatmeal because protein is good. And I'm a little nutty myself, as you all know. And then some flax, hemp, chia seeds go on the top too, because you want to have that good fiber in there. And you could have like a pinch of salt, but I'm laying off the salt, so I'm not putting that on mine. And I don't really like salty taste in my oatmeal. All right, so that is it. That is Instant Pot oatmeal. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.